Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
How's everyone
morning.
doing?
Wonderful.
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 I'm on the road today. So we're gonna play some videos.
I want to welcome everybody. This lesson is loaded. It is truly loaded. Take a look. We're going to be working on this chapter on the law of vibration and attraction. Take a look at the quote there right at the start of the lesson. It's on page 109 in our book if you're looking there. Any idea that is held in the mind, any idea that's held in the mind, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in a most convenient and appropriate form, physical form available. So, if a person is worried, you'll hear somebody say, I'm just worried sick over this. I'm just so afraid that this is going to happen. They're saying, send it on down. Come on, give it to me. That's really what they're doing. Whatever idea is dominant in your mind, you can make certain you are setting up an attractive force for it to come to you. I think it was Dr. Mayo said he never just knew anybody that died from overwork, but he knew that many that died from doubt. And of course, he's right. Now, the law of vibration and attraction. Do you know the secret? You got everybody talking about the law of attraction, law of attraction. There was people, as soon as that secret came out, there was people writing books on law of attraction, had no idea what the hell they were talking about. First of all, it's not a basic law. The law of attraction is a secondary law. The law of vibration is the basic law. That law decrees everything in this universe moves. So throw the first PowerPoint up there, Scott, please. Full screen. Okay? Now, you are a massive energy, and you function on frequencies. So there is a picture of you. If we took a picture of you, let's say in a completely dark room in front of an infrared television camera, you'd be a glistening, radiating, gleaming form. Your body is a molecular structure. You are an electronic instrument. Your brain is an electronic switching station. It alters the vibration that this physical instrument you're living in is in at any given moment. Now, for me to move my arm up and down like this, I have to activate brain cells. I activate the brain cells, and then my arm will go here. It'll go up and down. But the brain cells have to be activated. The brain controls the movement of the body. The brain is an electronic instrument. The brain controls the vibration that you're in. Your mind dictates what your brain's going to do. So, if you, let's go to an old concept. Hold on. Flip to the full screen, Scott. Now really pay attention here for a moment. The acorn is planted in the earth. Energy is attracted to the acorn's energy, and it becomes one with the acorn. Now, Aristotle used to hold up, it's said, I've read that Aristotle would hold an acorn up in front of the class in his hand, and he'd say, "What is this?" And he was waiting for somebody to say, "An oak tree." Well, Aristotle was wrong. There's no oak tree in that acorn. You could take that acorn and dissect it on the most powerful microscope in the world. You will not find an oak tree in the acorn. There's not one there. The oak tree is in the universe. The nucleus or the pattern plant is in the acorn. Now, when that acorn is planted in the earth, it can only attract energy that will cause it to grow into an oak tree. It will not attract energy that would cause it to grow into a maple tree or a carrot or a rose bush or corn. All of the energies in the earth that will cause all those things to grow, but it's not attracted to the acorn. So really pay attention here. Take it up again, Scott. All right, now that acorn is planted in the earth. Let's think of this for a moment. There's energy that's in harmony with that seed. And the energy could be a long ways away from the seed, which is the acorn. But that energy will start marching like an obedient soldier right to that acorn. Doesn't matter how far it is away, there's energy marching towards that acorn. And it keeps going until it becomes one with the acorn. Now, just see, it's a long ways away, but there's an attractive force. Why? Because that energy, the little green dot represents the energy, it's on the same frequency as the acorn. And because it's on the same frequency, it starts to move toward it. It starts to move toward it. And as it moves towards it, then it becomes one with the acorn. Because it's on the same frequency, the acorn does the only thing it can do, it expands. And you'll find the roots coming out the bottom, and then it breaks through the earth, and it breaks through, and it starts to attract from the universe. It attracts from the atmosphere as well as from the earth. Everything is necessary for that oak tree to grow. Now think, there could be energy jammed right up against that acorn, right beside it, jammed smack right against it, that would cause a seed to grow into a carrot. But it won't mix with the acorn. Why? Because it's not on the same frequency. It's for the same reason, if you dial your mother's number, my phone isn't going to ring. Now think, really think. That acorn can only attract what's in harmony with it. And that's what happens. There's a pattern plan in the seed that controls the vibration of the acorn. There's a pattern plan in that seed. It dictates what the acorn attracts to it. Okay? So the energy that created the oak tree was always there. It's in harmony with and was attracted to the seed. Okay? Now keep thinking. The acorn is in the earth. Okay? The energy for the oak tree is in the universe. It's the law of attraction that brings them together. Okay? Now, let's go back. Okay? Hold on a minute. There you are. You are like that seed. You're a seed. You are. I am. This thing here, Bob. And Bob is attracting to him right now as I'm talking to you, whatever's in harmonious vibration with me. Now, if you're having nothing but trouble coming to you, when I first got this book, you would not want to have been around me. Man, I'm telling you, what I was attracting just was not very good stuff. But then I attracted Ray Stanford and this book. So there must have been something good going on inside that I attracted him. But you see, I was having all kinds of problems. I was in harmony with the problems. So when Stanford said to me, Proctor, you're the only problem you'll ever have and you're the only solution, I really didn't know what he was talking about. What he was saying is, you are a seed, and you vibrate. There's a pattern plan in your mind, and it controls the vibration that you're in most of the time. And the vibration is dictating what you attract into your life. Now, what are you attracting into your life? Because the law of vibration dictates what you're attracting. If you look over on page 110, years before, second paragraph, years before anyone would accept the idea of a man traveling to the moon and then back to Earth, Dr. von Braun was asked what it would take to make a rocket that would reach the moon. He replied, the will to do it. Von Braun was clearly a brilliant man who possessed a great understanding of life and a tremendous awareness of the laws of the universe. In fact, he is considered by many experts in the field to be the father of the space program. Like all great achievers, he had gained a profound insight into the spiritual laws of life. And one of those laws is the law of attraction. That is the law that I would like to delve into here. All right? Now, let's think. Indeed, an understanding of this particular law is actually the key to understanding this entire book. It is. The reason this is so is that the law of attraction is the underlying principle which governs the level of your personal prosperity. The money that you're earning has it's all to do with your consciousness. I don't care where it comes from. You say, well, he's giving it to me, she's giving it to me. No. You're attracting it. Just same as you're attracting problems. However, to help you achieve a really solid grasp of this concept, it's necessary for us to focus briefly on another law, namely the law of vibration. Now, this, I've been studying this for a long, long time. I was not studying the law of vibration when I started to study this. The law of vibration came along quite a long time later. But here's the point. I've been studying this every day for 60 years. You don't have to study it every day 60 years to gain an understanding of what I understand. If I explain it well and you listen and then take and do it, you can gain what I've gained in 60 years. You can gain it in a very short period of time. So let's take a look again. Throw the screen up, Scott. Okay. Now, let's think. We'll go right through that because we run through that. Okay. Now, a frequency is a level of vibration. Okay. That's a frequency. Your phone operates on a frequency. Okay. Now think of this. There's an infinite number of frequencies. Okay. Take a break there for just shorten it, Scott. Now look at. I have two phones here. Here's one. Right here. Here's another one. Okay. Now, I have another one that I have to wait till Scott comes back to set it up for me. Because I don't know how to set it up. I don't want to learn how to set it up. Let's put it that way. This thing here, I can phone anybody anywhere in the world. Scott Edwards, who's the studio director, he's in Manchester, England right now, but we're communicating back and forth on the phone. In fact, he's controlling the way this is run from his laptop over in Manchester in England. But here's the point. When I was a kid, I've said this many times, we never had a phone in our house. And when I'm not talking about 2 or 3. I'm talking about when I'm 12, 13, 14. We had no phone. The only people who had phone were wealthy people. Now, you didn't have to have very much to be considered a wealthy person around our house. You just had a little more than we did. You were a wealthy person. But anyway, we didn't have phones. First of all, you had to be able to afford it. Then you had to be able to qualify. You had to go on a waiting list. Now, my mother, I suppose, must have put us on a waiting list because I remember when we got our first phone. I would be around 15 years old. And I remember the phone number was Oxford 3137. Why were there so few phones? Because we didn't have the awareness of the fact that there's an infinite number of frequencies. We did not know that. We didn't know it. Now look at. There's an infinite number of frequencies, and they're all hooked together. Every frequency is connected to the one above and the one below. That's why we can slip from one frequency to another without any difficulty. See, every frequency is hooked up to the one above and the one below. And there's an infinite number of frequencies. That's why you have millions of cell phones today. Millions. Now, if we really start to understand this, if we want something we haven't got, we've got to move on to a higher frequency or onto a different frequency. Just the same, if you want to phone me, you've got to have my phone number. In other words, my frequency has to be programmed into your phone. And then you just hit a couple of dots and send, and boom, you're on. And you'll be clicking with me. Doesn't matter where I am in the world. I could be in Shanghai, you could be in Buenos Aires, and my phone would ring if you hit send, and you have my number in your phone. There's an infinite number of frequencies. Now, there was always an infinite number of frequencies, but as a people, we weren't aware of that. And when we did become aware, we didn't know how to tap into it. We didn't know how to work in harmony with it. And now you get a little chip, and you get the whole world on that little chip. Now, I remember there was a minister came to a seminar down in Oklahoma. He was from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And he was brought to the seminar by someone in his parish, I guess, or in his church. One of the prudential agents brought his minister to the seminar. And when the seminar was over, he came up and he told me who he was and how he got there. He had been invited by an agent. And he said, I've really enjoyed this. We did 4 days, 1 day a week for 4 weeks. And he said, I got so much out of here. And he says, I got a ton of sermons out of this. And I thought, I'll bet you did. And he said, I want to give you something that's very valuable. And he handed me a little tiny plastic square. And I had it in a little box when he gave it to me. He said, the whole Bible's on that chip. The entire Bible is on, it was some kind of growth. From the time we just got the phone until we could put the whole Bible on that little screen. And look what we do with now. Why? Because we start to understand this thing on frequencies. Now, here's what you want to understand. You are attracting to you just exactly the same as the acorn attracted to the acorn. Let me go back now. Hold on. There. That acorn will attract everything that's required to attract from the earth, and then it breaks through the earth, and it attracts from the atmosphere everything that's necessary for the roots, the bark, the branches, the twigs, the leaves. It's all here in the universe. Nothing's created or destroyed. It just moves from one form of energy into another form of energy. The point is, though, it's attracted all that energy. That energy was always here. It was always here. It was the law of attraction that brought them together. Now, the acorn had to be planted in an environment that's conducive to its unfoldment. You've got to be in an environment that's conducive to your unfoldment. That's why Charlie Tremendous Jones, he used to phone me, he said, Tremendous Bob, how are you? He was a great speaker. He was a great teacher. He was a great man. He's gone now, God bless him, but he believed and he thought that we are the composite of about the 5 people that we mix with most often in the books we read. Why? You've attracted those people into your life. Who do you spend most of your time with? You've attracted those people into your life. They're not there by accident. And you know, if you've got somebody in your life and you keep pointing out what's wrong with them, what you're seeing is something in yourself. It's reflecting in them. That may be ruin your day for you, but that's the way it works. So we're attracting people into our life just exactly the same as that acorn is attracting everything that's required for the roots, the bark, the branches, the twigs, the leaves, the whole deal. See, it was always here, but the acorn had to get put in an environment.
Takeaways? What decided whether it was going to be a rose bush or a walnut tree?
The pattern plan.
Very good. So the universe brings what it needs to become the plan in the future. So it's accumulating the data through the process of life. It's accumulating the data to become the walnut tree. So it grows much bigger than the rose bush and much different. Would you not agree? Even though they both start off from a seed, they look different. And in the nothing, in the ground, it attracts what each one of them needs to become the different outcomes. In the same way we look at walking around, according to their consciousness, they're attracting to them what they're supposed to see in life.
How do we get in harmony with it instead of resisting it?
There you go. Can you repeat that again?
How can we possibly get in harmony with it instead of resisting so that we can grow?
Wouldn't you consider resistance fear, doubt, and worry?
I hadn't, but I guess you are absolutely right. Thank you.
The resistance of growth. Fears, doubts, worries. Look at everything you've ever told yourself. Everybody, look at everything you've ever told yourself, and you talk yourself out of the growth you need to have. Let's say if you would have gone and done the thing that you were afraid, and you did it, you learned how to do it, you adapted to the changes, and you evolved and changed because of it. Would you not already be somebody different?
Really.
We're spiritual beings experiencing a physical reality. And if you look at every fear, doubt, and worry that you have, and if you looked at every time you wanted to do something but you don't do it, if you would have went and done the thing and become that person, would you not be a different person already? Several times over. So the fear, the doubt, and the worry, the old self-image, you not willing to grow, it's what's holding you back. And that's what's causing you to live the way we're living. Thoughts, takeaways? The tree doesn't have the consciousness to change itself, so it doesn't think any further. Actually, a tree or a plant will grow as far as they can. They try to stretch as much as they can according to the environment. They're trying to soak up everything they can and become the most that they can. Humans can decide who they become. They have the consciousness and awareness to change. They normally don't. And then we're the only ones that can restrict how far we stretch.
Wow.
We say, oh, no, that's enough. We're the only ones that can say, no, that's enough. I'm not going to grow anymore.
I've actually caught myself saying that now that you just said that out loud.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah. Remember that word free will?
Free. We can choose.
Will is your ability to select the image. And it's free to select any image. The problem is, we normally really don't select any image we want. We normally select according to what we think is possible. Let me go back to the video.
Right at the start of the lesson. It's on page 109 in our book, if you're looking there. Any idea that is held in the mind, any idea that's held in the mind, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form, physical form available. So, if a person is worried, you'll hear somebody say, I'm just worried sick over this. I'm just so afraid that this is going to happen. They're saying, send it on down. Come on, give it to me. That's really what they're doing. Whatever idea is dominant in your mind, you can make certain you are setting up an attractive force for it to come to you. I think it was Dr. Mayo said he never just knew anybody that died from overwork, but he knew that many that died from doubt. And of course, he's right. Now, the law of vibration and attraction. Do you know the secret? You got everybody talking about the law of attraction, law of attraction. There was people, as soon as the secret came out, there was people writing books on law of attraction, had no idea what the hell they were talking about. First of all, it's not a basic law. The law of attraction is a secondary law. The law of vibration is the basic law. That law decrees everything in this universe moves. So throw the first PowerPoint up there, Scott, please. Full screen. Okay? Now, you are a massive energy, and you function on frequencies. So there is a picture of you. If we took a picture of you, let's say in a completely dark room in front of an infrared television camera, you'd be a glistening, radiating, gleaming form. Your body is a molecular structure. You are an electronic instrument. Your brain is an electronic switching station. It alters the vibration that this physical instrument you're living in is in at any given moment. Now, for me to move my arm up and down like this, I have to activate brain cells. I activate the brain cells, and then my arm will go here. It'll go up and down. But the brain cells have to be activated. The brain controls the movement of the body. The brain is an electronic instrument. The brain controls the vibration that you're in. Your mind dictates what your brain's going to do. So, if you, let's go to an old concept. Hold on. Flip to the full screen, Scott. Now really pay attention here for a moment. The acorn is planted in the earth. Energy is attracted to the acorn's energy, and it becomes one with the acorn. Now, Aristotle used to hold up its
Energy is attracted to the acorn's energy, right? Why is energy attracted to the acorn's energy?
I don't know if this is right, but I'm guessing the pattern plan, it has a demand based on
Well
the
done.
law of. Oh,
It
thank
has
you.
a demand. The acorn already has a demand based on the pattern plan. But here's the key. Everything vibrates, right? We don't get energy. We release energy, right? So it's based on the acorn's energy. And it's based on demand. It's based on demand because of the law of vibration. Whatever vibration the seed is releasing, whatever energy that seed is releasing is what you attract. Whatever ideas you're releasing is what you attract. That sets up the law of vibration, which sets up the law of attraction. The acorn is vibrating at that word acorn. We gave words to give an illustration of an image of a pattern plan. The acorn is vibrating, meaning it is resonating, resonant frequency. So it will bring its coherence. It will bring its cooperation to work with it to become what it's supposed to become. We are givers of light. We release light energy, and like attracts like energy. To cooperate with. The seed is a pattern plan, vibrating pattern plan. The nucleus of the whole thing, a child has a consciousness, and because it came into consciousness, it becomes a pattern plan. It came into the consciousness of the DNA. Does that baby not produce its kind, whatever the plan was supposed to be in the seed? Does it not look like its family members? Because that was in the nucleus of the whole thing, the pattern plan. It built its finger. It didn't build Tom Sawyer's finger over there, right? Andrew Jackson's finger, hand. Each one is unique, its own symbol of its own DNA code. And the same thing with the way they think, the environment of the way they think, also creating pattern plan. And whatever it's thinking about, it's bringing about. because vibration is releasing. And whatever you release, you get back. Whatever energy that acorn is releasing, it gets back what it's supposed to receive, because that's what it's emitting. Thoughts, takeaways?
That's kind of deep. That's way beyond picking up an acorn off the ground.
And this explain, Abraham, why you always say we don't get what we want, we get what we are, because it's the pattern plan, what we have inside, the thoughts, where we are, we attract. Because like when I had this first contact with this information, with the movie, The Secret, I didn't understand exactly the truth behind all this information, because I didn't understand that the vibration is the first law, and then we have the attraction. So now this all makes sense.
Very good. Could you not take that acorn and plant it in China? And it's going to bring you an acorn tree. But according to that environment, but it's still going to be in the plan and the pattern of the acorn. If you were to take a pecan tree and plant it in Germany or China, will it still not become that plan? You take a child, the child has its own identity. Again, they have their hand, not Jack and Bob's hand. They have their hand. The universe is conspiring to that hand, whatever that hand is meant to be. Whenever I'm growing up as an adolescent, I remember back to the child that said he was perfect. And he knew he was energy and form. And he was meant for so much more. He couldn't remember what he was meant to do. And here I don't like what I'm experiencing. And the realization that I have put the hammer in my hand. I was setting up a pattern plan. I was going back to their beliefs. Whose beliefs? The environment I grew into. I knew that was not me. That was not who I was meant to be. And I let go of the hammer. I let go of those ideas. And I started to go within, search within, develop myself from within. That was not who I was. That was not who I was supposed to be. That was not what I was supposed to be experiencing in life. And I would always go back to remember who you are. What do you think I keep going back to? Remember who you are. Why would I keep going back to remembering 2 years, 7 months that I was spirit and child? And go back to my memories that I had as a child of other lives. Why would I keep going back to that memory?
Because spirit wants to express himself, and he
Very
knows
good.
there's more.
My spirit knew that there was more. My spirit knew this was not my first time. My spirit knew that there was so much more than what we're experiencing, than what we even understand. The art of remembering, the art of remembering brings the future to the present. Did it not change my reality? Look at all the research that I've done, all the research that working on me, developing, looking for consciousness, looking for higher awareness, building companies, working towards helping humanity. All of that stemmed from remembering. So that was changing the pattern plan. That kept putting me back on a different playing field. In a different reality. Right here, we're talking about, sounds simple when you look at it, when you look at life, and you look at from just the eye and the viewpoint of what you can hear, see, taste, touch, and smell. Things look so simple, but there's so much more. So we're the spiritual shoot that is creating an algorithm to bring life to itself. That's what we are. We're the spiritual shoot. In the shoot of the plant, it draws information back into itself to become the acorn. It's releasing energy and it draws energy back into itself, does it not? To become the oak tree. Where was the oak tree? It's in the earth, it's in the universe, it's in the air. So it, from the stem, from the shoot, it draws, it releases and draws more of what it needs to become the oak tree. Our energy, our spiritual being is drawing upon the infinite. We could be anything. But according to what we think is possible and what we are, that is what we're releasing. And by law, in the shoot, which is, we call this body, this electrical system, this energetic system, we draw to us what we have drawn upon it. And just like life itself, everything comes in marching orders. Like an
And
obedient servant. Yes.
yes, Abraham, and I think a big tool during your day is remember yourself that you are spirit. Just the simple thing is powerful because when you remember you are spirit, now you know you are perfect. You don't need no modification. You are already perfect. And this remember you that you have the infinite potential of everything. If you keep remember this, this will bring you peace and put you in the mood of building whatever you want. in your day be on the energy of I'm perfect the way I am because I'm a spirit. I'm the image of God. I'm the energy of God. So this bring the opportunities to enjoy every single moment on your life.
Very good. The art of remembering brings the future to the present. The art of remembering brings the future to the present. We're at our time. And just quick reminder, I believe we'll be having Thursday and Friday off.
Thank you for that reminder.
Everybody, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
It is. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving for all of us. Great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
wonderful day.
Wonderful day.
Wonderful day.